Hi everyone, welcome. I'm a couple of minutes late. It's all sprung up on me again. Welcome. This is Tuesday. It's not Watch Me Wednesday. It's Teach Me Tuesday. Maybe that's what we can perhaps share. So I'm coming to you live this week, every day at midday. If you have no idea who I am, if I've popped up on your feed or you found me on YouTube, then this is me. My name is Natalie O'Shea. I teach people how to make handmade cards, and that's what I'm here to do this week. Basically, I've gone back to basics. I'm making cards for those of you that are starting out. Perhaps you haven't tried it, perhaps you fancy it, perhaps you're a bit overwhelmed by all the stuff and all the gadgets and all the techniques and all the names, and you don't know what you don't know, and all of that. So this is what this week is all about. I've named it Flowery Facebooks because that's what I'm going to be sharing, flowery cards all week. You have me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for every day here on this Facebook page or YouTube if you're watching my YouTube channel at midday, and afterwards obviously if it's uploaded or you're watching on replay. And then Friday I'm over in a Facebook group, the online workshop group, which you will find a link to in this description. Again, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, it should be in the description for both. So just come over and join us there. I'll be over there on Friday sharing 4 different cards that are all I just realised I'm not over here. You're not over here. I'm over there. Oh goodness me! I should know what I'm doing by now. You've got a sneak peek, Katie, of the butterflies. Oh dear, what am I like? I obviously can only do this on a Wednesday. I mucked up a bit yesterday and mucking up today. It's all going a bit wrong. But anyway, this is me. So my name is Natalie O'Shea, and anything and everything that I'm showing and using, I sell the products. They're from a company called Stamping Up. They're high quality coordinating products, and that's why I love them and use them. But anyway, so I haven't got too much to go through today. I will say that there's a doorbell. It's a busy day here today. It's my husband's 50th birthday, and he didn't take the day off work, so he is actually in the other room working, we're trying to work, and we haven't had any champagne yet. But I will be after this. But you'd think I had, goodness me. So it's all busy. Right, so yesterday I did share a couple of things. Obviously, as Stamping Up, we have a couple of catalogues. There's an annual catalogue that's out at the moment. There's a mini catalogue out, and we have a promotion on at the moment called Celebration. Yeah, I haven't had the champagne yet, Katie, but honestly, we left it. We both went, oh, we've got a bit of work to do. We should be a bit professional before we start drinking champagne. But give me an hour and we'll be there. So champagne lunch. Yes, the celebration is on. It's only on for another couple of weeks, and I kind of went through yesterday. So if you haven't seen yesterday's video, go back. You'll either be able to see it in this Facebook feed or with the video before this one if you're watching on YouTube. And I kind of went through celebration, and if you order £45 worth or more of stuff, you get to pick freebies. But what I am also doing is, if you choose to order through me and you spend, hang on, I'm reaching over to get it. And you spend £50, so it's not an additional £50 on top of the 45, it's just a £50 order instead of 45. Not only will you get to pick the celebration item, which again you can see a link in the description for, then I will send you, I'll go that way. So this is a little adhesive desk tidy, and I will send you the instructions and the video of how to make this. I'll also send you the products to make it, so you'll get the card and the pattern paper and the die cut bit here, but I'll also include a Tombow and a pack of dimensionals as well, 3D foam tape. So it holds all your bits. It holds your glue dots and tapes and machines and tape runners and anything you like in there really. Post-it notes would fit nicely in there and all of that. So this cute little desk tidy, you'll get, as I say, instructions, video, the products to make the card, so the card and the pattern paper, and the Tombow and the dimensionals if you place an order for £50. Now you have to use the link in the description because it includes a host code, which basically tells me that you have placed your order for £50 and you want the bits and bobs. And then if you don't use the host code, I cannot send you the bits because I will not know that you placed an order for that amount for this promotion. So this is going on all week, so you can order, you can order yesterday Today and all the way through till Sunday I'm holding this. So up until the 21st, I think it is. But yeah, so I say £45 and you get a celebration item, £50 order, you get a celebration item and all these bits too. So let's go on. And I am making another card today, but I thought I'd share you some new goodies that arrived with me yesterday first. And if you want, there will be a PDF for each card I'm making this week. There's two ways you can get that. There's a sign up link in the description, so just click that and I'll send you out the PDF for that. Or the other way is they're being uploaded into my Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group to join. It's not for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, I'm afraid. It's just for people that aren't Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So whether you are new to card making, whether you're an experienced pro or everything in between, you are more than welcome to come and join. Every Facebook live I do on a Wednesday normally, because I go live every Wednesday at midday normally, that PDF gets uploaded into that Facebook group. So you can sign up to get just as the one-off, but if you want access to all the PDFs for Wednesday and all this week, continually, I've been doing them since October, so you can access old ones and you can access all the ones moving forward, then just go and join that Facebook group. That's it. Right, so now let's move back down to here. So this turned up yesterday. So as customers, you cannot get your hands on this yet. So these are brand new products. They are going to be available next month, but there is one way that you can get your hands on at the moment. But let's kind of go through what there is. It's a little product suite, if you like, and you can never have too many. Oh, I've just realised I'm paused again. This was happening to me yesterday. I might have to turn my phone off and rejoin it. Hang on. Because I do this on my iPad and my phone. I'm very technical, you know. But it didn't like it last time either. Right. Oh, I just realised you've got a black screen now as well. Let's go to me for a minute. Hello. But let's do. Oh. Okay, that'll do. I think that'll do. There we go. Back in the room. See? Yes. Okay, we're live. Back in the room. Okay. So, so the first one is it's a cling mount stamp set, and I did go through yesterday what the difference is between cling and photopolymer. So if you want a bit more of a description about what the differences are and how to use them, just go back and watch yesterday's video. But look at these. How beautiful and detailed are these? But hang on a minute. Oh. Look, it's actually one stamp. So all these bits pop out here, all these bits here, but it does, let's do that so you can see. So you pop out all the spare bits, and don't throw those away, because I have seen somebody put all these little bits on an acrylic block and do like a giraffe background, and we have a little giraffe stamp with his neck tied in two, and they just put all these on a block together, and can you imagine, it was just like a giraffe pattern. How cool is that? And they just stamped that all over. I thought that was very clever. Right, so I'm going to keep those just in case. Don't throw away your bits, you see. So this is one stamp, what we would classify as a background stamp. It's so big that it's background stamp. Now you've got two choices. You can keep this exactly as it is, and you can use it as one stamp. So you would ink up the whole lot, and you would stamp that. Or you can be brave and cut each of the flowers, they're not flowers, they're butterflies, each of the butterflies out and use them independently. It's your stamp set, you do whatever you want to do. I'd like to think that if you did cut them, it would be quite obvious. Well, you could also obviously look at the picture. Oh no, you can't look at the picture at the front because it doesn't look like that. It should be quite obvious where they go, or perhaps you want a mark on the back or something like that. But again, or you can just, stamp, ink up one of these at a time and stamp them if you want to. So your choice, but there is a reason for that, because you can ink all those up with, say, black ink like we did yesterday, and then look. So if you're brand new to card making, you may not know what these are. These are called dies. They go through a die cutting machine to cut out images. And as I said, one thing about Stampin' Up, so this is one die, it's all in one. Oh, is it going to do it? It's not going to do it. So we'd stamp it that way, and we would die cut out. Look at that. Look at that. How clever is that? So you can stamp and cut them all out in one go. So if you don't have a die cutting machine, that's no good to you. And if you're new and starting out, you may not have one. But if you do have one, then look, they all cut out all in one go. But you don't just get that. So that would be our coordinating bit. You get all these extra bits as well. So first off, look, you get all those coordinating like skeleton dies. So you can imagine stamping these and perhaps cutting these out in vellum or something like that. Or just anything. I think they're just beautiful. And then we've got some other bits. So you've got some random butterflies, but you've also got texture. So these don't cut out, they just add embossed detail. So embossed detail is just where something is raised out of the card. And you've got this kind of crisscross pattern here, you've got this brick pattern here, these dots here, and you can just use them as you want to create some interest to your backgrounds. But how cool is that? I just think that's amazing. So I don't know if I'm going to be, did I do it that way or that way? That way, I think. So I don't know if I'm going to be cutting my stamps up or not yet, because say literally these arrived at like 7:30 last night. So it's the first time I'm getting a proper look at them, to be fair. But Butterfly Brilliance is the set. So you cannot buy this now, so don't get excited. You can't buy this till March. But to give you an idea, so the stamp set will normally retail at £16, but there is a way you can get it for £12.80, and I'll tell you about that in a second. These dies, because there's so many of them, are normally £41, but I'll tell you a way you can get them for £32.80. Now normally, when we have a bundle like this, we give a 10% discount anyway. So if you were to buy the stamp and the dies together, that would normally be £51.25, but I can tell you a way that you can get them for £41. Then you've got, so and what I should say as well is these two are actually carrying over to the new annual catalogue. So this is an early release of stuff from Stampin' Up. So when the annual catalogue comes out in May this year, these two bits will be in it. But what won't be in it is these two exclusive products here. So we have a 6x6 inch pattern paper. There's 8 sheets of 5 designs, so 40 sheets in total, and I will go through these, but 8 sheets of, so we've got, so 8 of these sheets, and on the other side, look at that. So as with Stampin' Up, we normally have quite a busy side and then a less or more subtle side. That's beautiful. I'm seeing rainbows and unicorns in there. Looks really lovely. But wait for it, because this is where you're going to be like, ooh, look, it's so cool. It doesn't take a lot to keep me. Can you even see that? It's all blended in so well, you might not even be able to see it. Doesn't take a lot to impress me. But look, that same die, this die here that cuts out the stamped images, look at that. Cut them all out in one go. Now, obviously, you can cut these out by hand. You don't have to have the dies to go with it. But gosh, that makes it an awful lot quicker, doesn't it? And probably does a better job than I could of cutting them out. But yeah, how cool. And you've got 8 sheets like that. Let's have a look at the other patterns. So you've got this kind of splodge and then some little butterflies. You can never have enough butterflies, I don't think. And then, oh look, talking rainbows, I said rainbows and unicorns, didn't I? Look, how pretty is that? Oh, I like these. This is the first time I've looked at them. So this is normally £10.75, but again, I'll tell you how you can get them for £8.60. And then you've got butterflies on clouds and a nice speckled effect. Some more multi-butterflies, but smaller design and different colour splodges. Very technical splodge term. And then more butterflies and a smaller pattern as well. So that, as I say, will only be available from March until May. That is not carrying forward to the new annual catalogue. And then you've got these, which I don't know if you can really tell. You can't feel the texture, but it's basically really, really thin, almost like balsa wood. So I don't know if it is actually wood that's cut so thin that it's like paper, but it has got a texture on it, and it has got a pattern on it. Does it even say? It just says natural birch colour and texture, which it is. And you can actually colour these as well. I've already seen people that have had theirs, that have coloured them with our blends. So if you've got our marker pens, so remember I showed you, or have shown you in the past, hold on, let me grab. So you've got these marker pens here. These are dye-based and water-based. So these are no good for this because this is slightly shiny. So if I colour in with it, it's just going to wipe straight off. So what you want is something alcohol-based, which is what our stamping blends are. So they come with a brush end and a thin end, and you can literally just pull the top off and colour. And I've already seen sort of people colour with like cinnamon cider and smoky slates or greys and terracottas, that sort of colour. And now my cat, wait for it, there you go. Yeah, you just come on in, Ernie. Don't worry about everybody. Is that it? Right. Of course they do that. He's opened the door. I'm going to go and close the door that he's opened. What are you doing? Off you go. They're normally asleep this time of day. But there we go. So that is normally for 2 sheets of 12 inch by 12 inch is normally £4.75, but £3.80 is another way that you can get them, or another price you can pay. So here we go. So here are all the items here as well. So how fab, do we like those? We've got a wow from Ali. They are gorgeous, aren't they? So yes, so how do you get these prices? How do you get £12.80 instead of 16? How do you get £32.80 instead of 41? 41 instead of 51.25? Well, let me tell you. So, as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and the word demonstrator is a little bit ambiguous because you don't have to demonstrate, you can come and join our team of our little crafting community, as I like to call it, because actually probably 90% of people on my team don't demonstrate. They just buy to get a discount from themselves. We coined the phrase a hobby demonstrator, so you just have it for your hobby and you pay, you know, you just get a discount for yourself. A discount shopper can be another word for it. But any of those, you'll find that lots of people on the team just buy for themselves. Maybe share with a few friends or family if they've got some crafty friends or family, but that's it. And obviously you can run this as a business, full-time business like I do, and you can do the things that I do. And everything in between. It's really down to you. So that's how you get the cheaper prices. So instead of £51.25, I paid £41 for that. In fact, I paid even less than that because I get a bigger discount. And that's it. You can earn anything from 20% off up to 38% off. So that's even more. But I just gave those numbers on the standard 20%. So that's what you would pay. So if you fancy just getting a discount off of your Stampin' Up supplies, then talk to me. And also during up until the end of February, because celebration is still going on, then we have this promotion where you get 200 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper for free. So that's over 50 quid's worth of pattern paper, and it's pattern paper from the upcoming catalogue again. So again, you can't get your hands on this, you can't buy it until May. So it's and it's in like every Stampin' Up colour. So what's not to love? What's not to love? But anyway, let's kind of keep going. So you can, what I was kind of saying is you can, I'm showing you those butterflies. Look at this. This is my bit of paper from yesterday. Maybe I should turn over and do that. So the reason I showed you those butterflies is that you can actually include those butterflies in your starter kit. So you pick £131 worth of goodies of your choice, and including P&P and the 5 packs of paper, which is 200 sheets, you just pay £99. So honestly, if you've got a shopping list that is longer than £99, you should just come and join. I don't know why anyone wouldn't. It's all a bit crazy, really, if you wouldn't. But there we go. But right, so we are back with another flowery card today. So again, I've kept it super simple. But there we go. Look at that one. So very similar. So again, we're just using card, basic stamps, punches, nothing else. We aren't using complicated machines or anything like that. So yes, we're just going to kind of run through, and I'll show you how I made this. As I say, this is more aimed at beginner stampers, so I'm going to explain a little bit more as I go along, the basics of what's and whys and wherefores, perhaps a little bit more than I normally would. I'm going to try not to use the terminology that we often use as crafters, because we expect everyone to know what we're talking about. But let's see what I can do here. So, as with yesterday, so this is my base card. So this is this yellow bit here. So the colour is called Bumblebee. And you will see it coordinates with the colour that's in the centre of there and the colour that's there. And the colour on the ribbon, because that's what Stampin' Up! Is so great at. They all coordinate. You're not looking at a bright yellow kind of daffodil yellow to go with this kind of more subtle bumblebee yellow. Oh yeah, crushed curry is very similar to this colour as well, so kind of a curry colour. So yes, so what I do is I have my A4 sheet of card that I just cut across in the middle, and then I'm left with this A5 sheet of card. And say some people would score down there and then fold. I never do because I can't get it right. So that corner to that corner, that corner to that corner. And when I'm happy that I've got it lined up, then I get my bone folder. Used to be made of bone, aren't anymore, they're just made of plastic. You only need one. Once you've got it, it lasts you for life, but it just makes that crease more perfect than if you were running your finger or your nail down there. And that's it. That's our card base. So a normal kind of book entry. Yesterday we did it that way, but exactly the same. Portrait, landscape. So that's that. Then I cut a piece of white card, and I said yesterday that I always cut these just 1/2 centimetre smaller so that my border is all the way around. And as I also said, 1/2 centimetre is my often go-to measurement. So you could have, so if I did like, instead of 1/2 centimetre, if I made this a centimetre smaller, it would kind of, ignore that bit, it would kind of be there, and it would just leave more of a border. And again, 2 centimetres, you'd have an even bigger border. And that's all you're doing, is you're reducing that really. But I like a 1/2 centimetre all the way round. So that's that bit. So I've cut a piece of pattern paper, always double-sided, quite like that side, but it won't mix with my yellows and my flowers. So this is out of a 12" by 12" pack of pattern paper. It's the same pattern papers I showed you yesterday. So these pattern papers are one of the items that you can choose for free when you spend £45. And just to show you some of them, well, there's only 4 there. Shall I grab another one? 4, 9, and maybe that one there as well. Is that it? Oh no, well there's 5 of them. And you get 12 sheets, you get 6 designs, 2 of each, and they're double-sided. But look, some nice, I love the polka, I am a polka dot fan. If you turn them over, and you get big flowers as well. You might recognise that one we used yesterday, and that's the one we're using today. So as I say, normally £10.75 they would be, but you get them free with an order. They're called Field and Flower Pattern Paper, or Design Series Paper as we like to call it, but pattern paper is what I call it. So a strip of pattern paper and a strip of basic black card as we've used it. Now yesterday we had an even border all the way round. Can I find that card? Oh, hold on. So everything yesterday was an even border on all 4 sides. But we're going a little bit different today. So I'm moving my base card out of the way. Can you see? So I've got a small border. Oh, just look at the state of my nails. That's turmeric. I've got turmeric all down my fingernails, and I have scrubbed. And again, apologies for lockdown nails. So it's got a small border that side and a small border that side, but it's actually level with the white piece there. So I haven't got a black bit there, but you could do if you wanted to. It depends on what you like and what you don't like, but if you feel the need to have a border around, you can absolutely do that. You just cut that 1/2 centimetre smaller. So I'm back to my Tombow glue. As I say, it gives me a bit of wiggle room, and I always use the thin end. You don't have to get it down there because it's been sitting upside down. There we go. So I always use the thin end, just a little bit. You don't need to cover it. If the more glue you use, the more likely you are to get it everywhere. So I'm putting this right against the top, and I want it to be straight, or straight as my eye can see, and even borders top and bottom. I'm not worried about here because I know I cut it longer. And again, this glue gives you a little bit of wiggle time. So what I can then do is, look, I intentionally cut it a bit longer, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it on first. If I cut that exactly to size, I might be 1 millimetre or 2 out. So I tend to make it a few mils longer, and then I can chop it off later. But that's what I do. So I'm going to get glue everywhere on here. So it's up to you. I could centralise this, but I've chosen to kind of put it off to the left because I've got this sentiment and this daisy over to the right. So you can centralise everything, but I'm moving this over to the left. But nevertheless, I'm still showing a small border to the right. Now, if I use my grid paper, then I can match that up. So if I put that there, then it should be exactly the same. There we go. The other end. So I'm using that straight line there with that straight line there. And then, got my bit of glue. Oh, where are my scissors? I've got some little scissors. I lost my big scissors. They're somewhere. Okay. So once this is stuck, it's not moving anywhere. I'm just going to trim this. You could use a trimmer if you have one. It's only a little bit. I'm just going to use my scissors. That's it. If you don't trust yourself, you can't cut straight. Well, to be fair, look, I can't cut straight either. Katie remembered to add Tombow to her order. Well done. You must start using this paper. It is gorgeous. So I think, I'm quite happy with that, she says. I'm not really happy because it's... Go on. Oh, there we go. So, so you could use tape, a tape runner or double-sided tape or anything like that. Oh, and I always do this. Too late now. I've put glue on it and everything. Right, so I knew I'd forget. I thought I'd do it yesterday, but no, I've done it today instead. Okay, so so this bit of ribbon is tied around this panel before it's stuck onto the white piece of card. So I really would suggest that you do that. So we're going to tweak this one slightly because I haven't done that. Oh gosh, it's always the way. But right, anyway, we'll worry about that in a minute. So yesterday I used my small bloom punch to make the flower for yesterday. So these flowers here were made using a punch. And just to show that punches come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and not just flowers, to be fair. But I've got a piece of scrap white card here. I'm just going to do that, as I said yesterday, always going upside down because I can make sure I'm not chopping off the bottom. I can make sure I'm all on the card. And I'm just going to go punch. Now I'm making sure that I'm not doing it like this, because you can pinch yourself on the sides of these. As long as you kind of keep your fingers out, or your bits of your hand out the way like that. So if I did it like that, I could pinch myself. But do it like that. There we go. 2 daisies, and that's a medium daisy I'm using, because we do have one that's exactly the same but it's larger. So I've punched those out, and then I'm just going to punch out. Oh, here's one I did earlier. Ta-da! A little circle of the same bumblebee. There, it's a 1/2 inch circle there. So that's my bits there, and I'm just going to stick them together. So I could just use one would suffice, but I do like a double daisy. I think daisies have lots of petals on them, don't they, really? So I am just off century. So basically I'm putting, can you see that? I'm putting those petals in between all the other ones. So it's a nice full-on daisy. And then you may remember yesterday I talked about our dimensionals. They add dimension. They're 3D foam tape, as they're called. They come in different sizes, and we have black as well. But I'm just going to put a small, so I'm going to use one of this mini dimensionals. I think the big would actually work as well. I think I used a big on the other card. I'm just going to stick that semicircle. It's not a semicircle, it's a circle. There we go, in the middle of there. And there's my flower, done already. And I will add, because I'm going to raise that up as well. And as I said to you yesterday, remember that the more layers and higher up you make this, the more expensive it will be to go through the post. Because look, at the moment I've got one dimensional there and one dimensional there, so I've suddenly gone thicker. All right, And then look at me, all my scraps of card I'm using. So the stamp set that I used yesterday was one called You Are Amazing. It goes with one of our kits, but I actually like it for all the sentiments that it's got. So yesterday we used the happy birthday. So there it is again, happy birthday. But today I'm going, You Are Amazing. So, popped it out again. And remember what I said, so the red rubber cling mount stamps just need an acrylic block to stick to. So once you've got acrylic blocks, you've got them for life. And I tend to, again, grid paper, especially if something is reasonably straight, I try and use a straight line and I try and put it dead centre in the middle of my acrylic block as much as I can get to. So I'm using the lines on the grid paper to make my acrylic block straight as well. Because what happens, I mean, so if I was to just put that like that, my top tips for acrylic blocks is if you can afford to get a selection of them, then try and do that, because if you can, you don't want a big block like that, because say if I put it in the middle, I ink it up, I've got it's every opportunity and every reason and every chance that it's going to just rock, which means that if I've got ink all the way around here, because I've done that in my ink pad, when I go to stamp and it rocks again, I'm even more likely to get that sort of halo effect, shadow effect, whatever you want to call it. But if you put it on a block that's not, so again, if I had, let's have a look, let's go to the extreme. This was the only block I had. It's quite, you know, and I did that. I'm never going to stamp straight because it's never going to be that. I mean, you could get away with it and try and centralise it as much as possible. But again, it's very easy to get the edges in your ink pad. So if you can have a selection of sort of smaller ones, and again, I could have used this one, so you've got some longer ones as well. Don't look at the state of my blocks. So make that, if it is straight, put it on there and do that. In fact, I'm going to use that one. That's a nice one. But yeah, they come in a whole variety. But I did put the link underneath for the whole acrylic block bundle. Now, I know that's expensive. Obviously, remember, if you join, you would get 20% off that. So I think instead of, don't quote me, is it £67? You would pay about 50 odd, 54, something like that, if you used your discount off your orders. Or obviously, again, you could get 2 of those bundles for your starter kit for £130. But yeah, but once you've got them for life. So, and you don't, unless you start doing classes and that, you don't need more than one of each. You know, that's one is suffices, unless you have to have every stamp out like I do. So there we go. So I'm going to come back in again with the same ink I used yesterday. So again, when I first started card making, the only ink I had was a black ink. Everything was done in black. I didn't even know coloured ink pads existed. But there we go. Is that going to be big enough? Oh, I might be pushing my luck here. So remember, tap, tap, tap. I'm not pushing. I'm not rocking. So I'm not. Oh, I have. Look, I did rock. Can you see? I've got ink on the edge there, which you can have a quick look at and wipe off with your finger. Well, there you go. There's me showing you how not to do it. But gentle taps as evenly and straight as you can without rocking. And then on, I don't know if it's going to, might have to get another bit to be fair. Oh, let's just do it. Do it. And again, I'm not rocking. There we go. Perfect. Phew. And then we have lots of punches, which are great. And this one is called the Everyday Label. Can you see the shape of that? If I do that, you can see that even more. And in fact, if you see that, you can see it even more. So again, I'm going to unlock it so it squeezes. This is where I find out whether my bit of card was long enough. Or, oh, look. Okay, I'm going to give it a top tip now. Oh, now I found my post-it notes. So if you have done what I've done and put it in when you can't get it quite in, here's my top tip. Get a post-it note, which is sticky there. Put it like that on the sticky bit. And then suddenly you've got a longer handle. If you haven't bent the edge like I have there. Oh, come on. There we go. Look, now I can move it around better. See, there's my top tip. It elongates your fingers as such. So I'm having a look at that. I'm not squeezing it, I haven't done anything. I'm just placing it where I think I want it. I'm trying to make the UR as straight as I can. I'm trying to make it central. You can squeeze it gently, and see if you're happy with that. I think I am happy with that actually. So I'm just going to punch, and then I can take it out again. And you can reuse your Post-it note for something else. But that is, and lots of our sentiments will go in this set, in this punch as well. So again, just going to grab yourself a label or two. And again, this is all without the die cutting machines and too expensive equipment. Now, yesterday I used these as a centre of my flowers. Today I'm going to use them as just on the sentiment bit. Now where's my tweezers? Do like a tweezer. There we go. Now, whether you notice or not, I am a perfectionist, so I'm going to point it out. There's a tiny little bit of ink there. Now I don't know if that was there before I stamped or after, but what that means to me is that I'm going to get some tiny ones of these black dots. Remember I said they were self-adhesive, so I don't need to stick glue on. And I'm going to put one right over the top. And it's as if it never happened. Isn't it amazing? Oh dear. So, from yesterday I said kind of put these in a sort of triangle-y position. Not a perfect triangle. I might put that one there. So if I was trying to do a perfect triangle, that one would be there. But I kind of want to make it look a bit skew-whiff. Oh, in fact, look, I did put that one further over there. Why don't I put that one there as well? Go me. Get my cat hair off of there. Oh, come on. Okay, so I think we're all pretty much there, ready to stick this on. So again, I've got some more dimensionals just to lift that off the base card. If you want to stick it on flat, that's absolutely fine as well. You could do that. There we go. So, oh look. Right, so I'm still going to put this, I might put this a bit further down. Now I'm not tied to that. I might put that there. And again, I'm putting my card straight on my grid paper, trying to make sure that's straight, that's straight. It's pretty much all I'm looking for. Then I'm going to stick my flower. And remember I said odd numbers yesterday? So I'm going to stick my flower there. So at the moment I've got this kind of focal point, this kind of focal point, so I do need my third focal point. So I'm going to get my little bit of ribbon. Oh my goodness me, the cat's back. Really? Have you got wet feet? Don't mind us, just walk on past. You haven't got wet feet, thankfully. That's what they've done that to me once before. Oh look, you've moved my light though. They've done that to me once before. I'd literally just finished making a card. And in fact it was his brother, Bert, jumped on and walked all over my card. I'd been doing them all day and he did that. I was a little bit upset with him, shall we say. But right, so I'm going to tie a bow. So a lot of people struggle with bows, and I have to say I wasn't perfect to start with. Look at all that turmeric. So what I do, one bunny ear. Oh, I'd probably cut this too short for a bow really, because it's only supposed to go there. So 2 bunny ears like that. And then tie the bunny ears in a knot. So I'm just going to wrap them over, push that one through and pull, and hopefully not lose the end. But there we go. There we go. So now I haven't pulled it too tight because I know I don't want it that big. So I've pulled it small, and then I'm just playing around with this. And often, if you turn it round, you'll find it looks nicer, and I prefer that side. So when I'm cutting the tails for my ribbon, I tend to use this bow bit as a guide. So I'll always cut them at an angle, but I'll cut them, so look, if I move that out of the way, I'm going to move that up there. So I'm using that as a guide to how long my tail should be. But it doesn't matter, I couldn't have long tails if I wanted to, but again, it's just something about me. I have to have my tails about the same length as my bit. So there's my bow. Which side do I like? That side or that side? I think I prefer that side. So I'm just going to add that. Now this is where my another adhesive comes in. So we've used the Tombow, which you get free if you place a £50 order this week. We've used the Dimensionals, which you get free if you place an order this week. And this is something called glue dots. So you can see, hopefully, oh, it's not that. There we go. Do you see that little bit? That's basically glue on a roll. Now you could try and pick all these off and stick them on. So I could try and peel that off and stick it on. But you don't want to do that. The easiest way of doing this is to get whatever it is. So this could be a button, a bow, before adhesive gems, it could have been one of these. And you literally put it over the top, give it a press, and when you lift it off, now can you see this? Can you see, oh, that little bit of glue, the circle of glue, circle of life, is there. So now I can stick this wherever I want. So I'm going triangle, so 1, 2, oh, this is now, I quite like it. This is where I fart around. I wouldn't put it up here, still going around this bit. I'm feeling the need to kind of go there. That do. So I've got my triangle again with my 3 main elements. Bow, this area, this area. So 3 of the triangle of there, 3 focal points there. So that's what you do when you forget to tie this round. Now if you didn't watch yesterday's video, you won't know how I did that. But if you did, then you'll remember how we wrapped that round the green. Didn't stick it down at all and just use this to stick it down. Exactly the same. This one moves as well. It's just wrapped round, tied a knot, done exactly the same. And it's not really held in place, but with that there, it kind of keeps it in one place. So that's that. Let's have a look. Katie folds the end of a ribbon in half and then cuts diagonally. Yeah, no, absolutely, you could do that. Now I have to say, I am a bit of a single diagonal fold, but I mean, this is probably a small bit of ribbon to do this with. But let's do that. So what Katie's saying she does is she folds that ribbon in half and then cuts a diagonal. So you then get an even little fishtail end like that. So you can absolutely do that as well. Whichever design you like. So fishtail end, diagonal, whatever you like. And that, oh, that is today's card. So we haven't been so long today, even though I've shown you butterflies and all sorts, and forgotten my ribbon. So if anyone's got any questions, then I'm happy to stay on for a little bit to answer any questions. As I said before, you will, I'm back again tomorrow, midday tomorrow, for another Flowery card, and every day this week. So come and join the online workshop group on for Friday. I'll be showing 4 different cards, and they're 4 different Flowery cards on Friday. So 4 cards Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then another 4 cards just on Friday in that online workshop group. So go and join that Facebook group. If you want access to the PDF, I'll be putting that into my my other Facebook group, my normal Facebook group, Card Making for Beginners and Beyond. They go in there, or you can sign up for the one-off as well, and I'll send that to you. But don't forget, as I say, celebration is on at the moment. You could pick this paper, the Flower and Field pattern paper, as your freebie for spending £45. And if you spend £50 or more, using that host code, don't forget you've got to use that host code, but if you use the link in the description, it will automatically be put in for you. You will get a written PDF, a video, the pieces of card, pattern paper and die cut for you to be able to make this project, together with a Tombow and dimensionals to keep your desk for this wonderful little desk tidy. So that's what our ordering special is this week. Right, but if nobody's got any questions, what set is the amazing from? So the stamp set was, strangely, You Are Amazing. So yeah, so this is the one that actually goes with one of our kits, but is great as an independent stamp set on its own. So it's got congrats, you're amazing, happy birthday, thanks, and hip hip hooray, 3 cheers for you. And we're actually using, I think, congrats tomorrow and this one on Thursday. So yeah, I love this. I love it. I just think it's a great all-round set. And it's something like, oh, I want to say £16, but don't quote me on that because I can't remember. It won't be any more than £20, I know that. But click on the link. It's on the link below. If you click on the link, you'll find out the price for sure. But yeah, no, that is the great set that I like. And You Are Amazing. Who wouldn't love a card, to receive a card that says You Are Amazing? So, right, I think I'm going to leave it there because these weren't supposed to be an hour long each day. It is grey and drizzly, but my husband's birthday is now calling me. So, yeah, so be gentle with me tomorrow. I'm not sure how chatty I'm going to be. Oh dear, I need to take that into consideration, I think, today. £20, thanks Katie. I was going to say, I knew it wouldn't be any more than £20. But it's great. And actually the car kit that comes with it is fab as well. I love that. And I'm looking up there because it's up there. So I might share that over the coming weeks. But yeah, I think a great set. I thought a great starter set that someone can buy. And it's often overlooked because it's on the page with the kits. You don't always see it. So Sarah says, if you join to get the 20% discount, do you have to spend a certain amount each month? So Sarah, you don't have to spend a certain amount each month. What happens is there is a quarterly requirement, but let's say you join today in February, Stampin' Up! Ignore the January, February, March quarter. So your first official quarter doesn't start until the April, May, June quarter. So you have to have put through sales by the end of June. And that is, it's £276 of catalogue price. So you don't pay that, you get the 20% off. So it's about £225, something like that. So until June, you have until June to put through those sales. If you're buying it yourself, it's about £225. So what's that? About less than 50 quid a month. If you're sharing it with friends or anything like that, then it can be done in a next order. Some people will spend a lot and do it no problem at all. But you just give it a go. I am Mrs. Cynical, and I was like, well, what's the catch? What's the catch? What's the catch? There honestly is no catch. Honestly, you can buy the starter kit and do absolutely nothing if you don't want to. You'd get to the end of June and then you would drop as a demonstrator, and you wouldn't have the discounts or any of the 101 other things that go with being a demonstrator. You just go back to being a customer. It's as simple as that. But obviously if you do put the orders through, then you stay for another 3 months. You stay till the end of September and ongoing every quarter for all the times that you put that through. So it's not a monthly requirement. So say you could do it, you could put an order through on the 30th of June for the quarterly minimums, and then you'd stay for another 3 months, and so on and so on. And obviously if you do have crafty friends or family or anything like that, or people buy you, so if you kind of go, what do you want for your birthday? Oh, I'd like some Stampin' Up! Stuff, thanks very much. And then some people literally do it like that. And as I say, probably 90% of the team are people that just do that. So you're under no pressure to do anything. Everyone is treated the same by Stampin' Up! We are all called demonstrators, whether we demonstrate or not. But as I was saying earlier, there's kind of the hobby demo, the discount shopper, whatever you want to classify yourself as, you can honestly literally buy the starter kit. And I mean, what's not to love? £130 of stuff of your choice. When I signed up, it was set things, but no, £130 of your choice for £99, and that includes delivery. Normally delivery is £4.95, but that includes delivery. So if you've got a wish list of £130, why would you not want to pay £99 for it? And then get discounts off of anything you buy after that. But that's the kind of prices that you're paying with your 20% discount, and that discount does go up as well. The more orders, the more you put through in a month, the bigger discount you get. The more orders you put through your account over a period of time, your discount goes up as well. And there's various ways, but 20% net is the minimum that you get off your orders. But yeah, no, it's great. Come and join the club. It's great. We have a really fun, lovely team. I am very lucky. Everyone is just lovely, and we have some hardcore people that are running classes every week, every month. But as I say, we have lots of people that are just having the fun of it and enjoy just being part of something. I think over the last year, we all have craved a connection with other people. Now, whether that's Zooms with family or anything like that, I just think being part of something over the last year has got us all through an awful lot. And we all understand that, you know, you sniff paper and you caress ink pads. And we don't think we're all stupid. We all understand. It's just lovely. And when we do have Stampin' Up! Events and we do meet up in person, it's amazing. But we have team trainings where everyone gets on a Zoom if you want to do that as well, which they're all free. They're free to attend, you know, and people just get on Zoom and have a bit of a chit chat. And it's been lovely. I mean, a lot of my team have been with me over 10 years now. So I've been doing this 13 years. And yeah, and I've got a team that are celebrating 10 years because they just, if you ask any Stampin' Up demonstrator, any, I don't know, it doesn't matter whether they're buying for a discount or they're earning £10,000 a month, everybody will say they stay because of the friendships they've made and the community of their team. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. And if you're on here and you're a demonstrator, then, you know, tell Sarah what you love about being a demonstrator, which isn't being a demonstrator as such. Your wish list is growing and growing. I'm either going to say I'm sorry or I hope I'm helping. I don't know which way you want me to say that. But yeah, no, absolutely. If that wish list is growing and it hits to 130, there's just no reason not to do it. You don't have to give your starter kit back if you don't do anything else after. You don't have to pay for the full price of the products. If you end up putting £150 worth through but not the 225 or 26, whatever it is, then you just simply drop and go back to being a customer. That's it. No one hassles you, no one gives you grief, no one puts pressure on you or anything like that. It's all super cool, super smooth, super lovely. We are all super lovely. I'm including myself in that. Right, okay, I am going to leave it there. If you have got any other questions, then tag me on there. You can email me, you can phone me. Probably not this afternoon. That's probably not a good idea. But I will be back tomorrow at midday tomorrow to share another card with you. Another Flowery Facebook at midday tomorrow. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tag me or message me if you've got any other questions. Thanks for joining me. Bye.